A Telfar Shopping Bag retails for $202. A Goyard St. retails for $1,280. The Telfar is polyurethane plastic. The Goyard is hand-painted canvas stitched in Paris workshops that have not changed their method in 170 years. The Tote is the hardest working bag in a woman's closet. It carries the laptop, the lunch, the gym shoes, and the laptop charger every day for years. It deserves an honest review. We rank 10 designer tote brands. 5 are charging boutique prices for synthetic materials and printed cotton. 5 are putting your money into the canvas, the leather, and the workshop, starting with a brand whose tote body is industrial sportswear fabric. In 10th place, Wallace. Wallace was founded in 2000 in New York by Monica Zwerner and Lucy Wallace Eustace. The brand has built its reputation on quilted nylon totes marketed as travel-friendly and lightweight. The bags are recognizable from the diamond quilted pattern and the Italian leather trim that runs along the top. A current Wallace Metro tote retails for $245 to $385. The body is nylon, sometimes labeled as recycled polyester. The trim is split leather. The hardware is plated. The interior is polyester lining. The bag is exactly what it presents itself as, a quilted nylon shopper with a leather strap. Estimated production cost sits between $25 and $40. That is a markup of 7 to 10 times. The bag does its job. The bag is also a quilted nylon tote priced like a leather one. The category has dozens of nylon totes at half the price with comparable construction. Wallace has the boutique footprint, and the editorial mentions the nylon does not earn the boutique pricing. Number 9. Tumi. Tumi was founded in 1975 as a luggage brand and was acquired by Samsonite in 2016. The handbag and tote line extends the brand's reputation for travel-grade nylon into the everyday work bag category. The signature material is ballistic nylon, the same fabric used in protective tactical gear. The Tumi Voyager just-in-case tote retails for $295. The Voyager Sinclair crossbody tote retails for $375. The body is ballistic nylon. The trim is split leather or coated calf. The hardware is plated. Estimated production cost sits between $35 and $55. That is a markup of 7 to 9 times. Tumi positions the bags at premium pricing because the brand has carryover authority from the luggage category. A Tumi suitcase is built for airport abuse. A Tumi tote is the same nylon scaled down to a handbag silhouette. The premium is the brand reputation transferred from one category into another, not the construction inside the tote itself. You are paying for the carry-on lineage, not the leather goods workshop. Number 8. The Telfar Shopping Bag. Telfar was founded in 2002 in New York by Telfar Clemens. The shopping bag, launched in 2014, became a viral cultural object by 2020. The bag earned the nickname Bushwick Birkin and elevated the brand to status symbol territory. The bag retails between $150 and $300 depending on size. The material, throughout every size and color, is polyurethane. That is plastic, marketed as vegan leather. It is not coated leather. It is not leather. It is a synthetic with a leather-like texture pressed into the surface. Estimated production cost sits between $12 and $20. The retail price is roughly 10 to 15 times the production cost. The bag carries cultural weight. The bag is also a polyurethane tote priced at designer tier numbers. The customer is paying for the silhouette, the embossed Telfar logo, and the cultural moment the bag participated in from 2020 onward. None of those things are leather. None of those things justify the markup once the cultural moment is no longer driving the price. Number 7. Chloe Woody Tote. The Chloe Woody Tote launched in 2021 and quickly became one of the most photographed designer totes of the past 5 years. The body is cotton linen canvas with leather trim. The signature is the woven Chloe tag visible at the top of the bag. The medium Woody retails for $1,250. The large Woody retails for $1,250. The mini Woody retails for $1,090. The canvas is not specially constructed. The leather trim is corrected grain on the standard line. The woven Chloe tag is the differentiating element. Remove that tag and the bag is structurally identical to dozens of canvas totes, selling at $80 to $150. Estimated production cost sits between $80 and $130. That is a markup of 9 to 12 times. The Woody tote is a canvas tote at luxury pricing. The branded tag does the work the leather construction is not asked to do. Chloe is owned by Richemont. The brand has access to top European workshops. The Woody was not built in one of them. It was built in a factory that produces canvas at scale, and the price tag was set by the brand positioning rather than by the cost of the material. And in sixth place, the last name in the negative half, the Prada Re-Edition Tote. The Prada Re-Edition line, launched in 2019, revived the brand's archival nylon bags from the 1980s and 1990s. The line trades on the heritage of Prada's first international success, the Poco nylon backpack of 1984. The Re-Edition 1995 Tote retails for $1,790. The Re-Edition 2005 Tote retails for $1,800. The material is Re-Nylon, a recycled polyamide that Prada introduced in 2019 as part of an environmental positioning push. The trim is Saffiano leather. The hardware is brass-plated steel with the enameled Prada triangle. Estimated production cost on a Re-Edition Tote sits between $90 and $140. That is a markup of 14 to 22 times on a nylon bag with leather trim. Prada's parent company is publicly listed. The gross profit margin sits in the high 70s. The Re-Edition line is the most efficient cotton and nylon to cash conversion in the brand's catalog. The bag is heritage repackaged. The price is contemporary luxury. The construction is industrial nylon. The three do not line up, and the gap is the markup. 5 brands, 5 pricing structures built on the same principle. You pay for the brand, the campaign, and the silhouette. The material inside the bag is incidental. Now, 5 tote brands that refuse to operate that way. Number 5, Quince. Quince was founded in 2018 in San Francisco as a direct-to-consumer brand built on a single principle. Source from the same factories that produce for luxury houses, eliminate the wholesale and retail markup layers, and pass the savings to the customer. The handbag line launched in 2021. The Italian leather mini tote retails for $90 to $120. The Italian leather mid-tote retails for $150 to $200. The material is full-grain Italian calfskin sourced from Tuscan tanneries. The interior is leather-lined on the higher tiers and cotton twill on the lower. The hardware is gold-plated brass. Estimated production cost sits between $30 and $50. The markup is 2 to 3 times. That is fundamentally different math from every brand in the first half of this list. Quince is not the most luxurious tote in this video, and it is not trying to be. It is the proof that full-grain Italian leather, manufactured in the same factories that supply luxury houses, can land at the customer's door for under $200 when the wholesale and retail layers are removed. Number 4. Linger. Linger was founded in 2014 in Hong Kong by a small team that committed to direct-to-consumer pricing for Italian leather goods. The brand manufactures every bag in workshops in Italy and Spain. The materials are full-grain calfskin, vegetable tanned in some lines, hand-edged across the entire collection. Number 3. Cuyana. Cuyana was founded in 2011 in San Francisco by Carla Gallardo and Shilpa Shah. The brand's core principle is the same sentence the founders use in every interview: fewer, better things. The classic Easy Tote launched in 2014. It is still in the collection. It is still the same bag. That continuity is the marker of a direct-to-consumer brand that has resisted the trend cycle. The classic Easy Tote retails for $228. The leather is full-grain Argentinian or Italian, depending on the production run. The interior is unlined leather, which is the higher quality choice. A leather-lined interior holds its shape and ages alongside the exterior. A microfiber-lined interior is what mass-market brands use because it is cheaper and hides imperfections. The classic Easy Tote competes directly with the Coach Field Tote at $495 and the Tory Burch McGraw Tote at $498. The Cuyana tote uses comparable or superior leather, no microfiber lining, and Italian or Mexican manufacturing in workshops that operate at a fraction of the volume of the fashion house supply chains. The Coach and Tory Burch totes have been in licensing-heavy distribution for years. The Cuyana tote has been quietly outlasting them in the closets of women who buy once and keep for a decade. Number 2, the Row. The Row was founded in 2006 by Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. The brand operates from New York. The bags are manufactured entirely in Italy, in family-run workshops that the brand has held relationships with since launch. The Row does not use logos on the exterior of any bag. There is no monogram, no medallion, no embossed signature on the front. The Park Tote retails for $1,650. The Margot retails for $5,150. The Soft Margot retails for $3,150. The leather is full-grain Italian calfskin in a curated palette of tonal neutrals. The construction is hand-stitched at the handles and stress points. The interior is lined in suede or matching leather, never microfiber. The Olsons have built one of the most disciplined luxury brands in the industry. There is almost no advertising. There are no celebrity gifting campaigns. There are no Instagram influencer programs. Every dollar saved on marketing is routed into the materials and the workshop. The bags are favored by a small private clientele that does not need the bag to announce anything. A Park Tote at $1,650 outperforms a Prada re-edition tote at $1,990 on every measurable construction axis. Full-grain leather instead of recycled nylon. Hand-stitched handles instead of glued and riveted. Italian workshop instead of industrial production. Lower price, higher craft. And finally, number 1, the Goyard St. Louis. Goyard was founded in 1853 in Paris and has been family-owned for its entire history. The current generation of the Goyard family continues to run the business. There is no public ownership. There is no parent conglomerate. The brand has resisted every commercial pressure to expand into wholesale distribution or accept conglomerate offers. The St. Louis tote retails for $1,980. The signature Goyardine canvas is a hand-painted pattern applied to coated hemp and cotton in workshops outside Paris. The pattern is applied by hand, one stencil at a time, in a process that has not changed in over a century. The leather trim is full-grain calfskin. The interior is canvas-lined. The St. Louis is the tote that the women who can carry any bag in the world quietly choose. It carries every day for decades. It develops a patina at the corners and along the handles that becomes the proof of years of use. The brand offers a personalization service in every store, hand-painted on the bag by an in-house craftsperson. That service has been continuous for over a century. There is no commercial brand on earth with a longer continuous craft program for a single product. A Goyard St. Louis at $1,980 lasts 40 years. A Telfar Shopping Bag at $202 lasts 2. The math is brutal when you run it out across a decade. Spend $1,980 once at Goyard. Spend $202 every 2 years at Telfar. Over 40 years, the Telfar replacements cost $4,040. The Goyard cost $1,980. The cheap bag costs more than the expensive one. That inversion is the entire reason the Goyard sits at number 1, and it is the reason this channel will tell you the same thing every time. The price tag does not measure the cost. The lifespan does. 10 brands. 1 question. What is inside the tote? 5 answered with polyurethane, nylon, and canvas. 5 answered with full-grain leather and a workshop relationship. The price tags overlapped at every tier. The construction did not. Next time you pick up a tote, do not look at the silhouette first. Run your finger along the body. Read the material composition. Check the country of origin. Ask the brand to tell you who painted the canvas or who stitched the leather. If no one will tell you, that is your answer. If you carry a tote daily, drop the brand and how long you have used it in the comments. The real test of a tote is the year it spent under your arm without falling apart. Help the next woman know which ones pass that test. If you missed our breakdowns on the cheap handbag gold mines and the 7 designer handbag brands robbing women blind, they are linked below. Same pattern, different bracket. Both follow the money the same way this one did. Subscribe if you have not. This channel follows the money, not the marketing.